Hello everybody, welcome to the Joel Show, where today I review the RYZE Tello. Hello everybody, I'm Joel, and this is the RYZE / DJI Tello, and this is the boost combo that comes with a charging pack that can charge 3 batteries at once, and it also comes with 3 batteries. And before I review and open this up for you guys and show you what all comes inside, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about what's included before I open up the box. Just going over what's on the package. So you can see it says Scratch right there, that's another brand, and then it has Intel circuitry on the inside, and then you have Tello, and then it says Feel the Fun. I have actually memorized that. I wasn't reading that from the screen. And then up here on the top it says Tello, and then moving back to the front real quick, it says Powered by DJI, because it has a couple flight computers and circuitry on the inside that are made by DJI that are helping this thing actually, you know, have a brain. But anyway, here's where it talks about the boost combo, and it tells you what all is included with the boost combo. So you get a flight battery times 3, which is 3, and then you get your battery charger base, which charges 3 at a time. And then here on the back, here's information about what's included, and it gives you a bit of what's there. So if you pick this up in a store, you can read what all is in there. So we've got our batteries, so 13-minute max flight time for the battery. It talks about the camera that shoots in 720, and then a whole bunch of other things like the digital, get this, the digital gimbal, which I've never heard of before. And then down here you've got some more information. I will hold this up for you guys, and hopefully that is in focus so that you guys can pause and read if you like. On the side of the box there's nothing. This is actually just smudges from something. And then on the other side, and this shows you what all is in there. So here we've got the drone itself, flight battery times 3, you've got 8 blades in total, 4 being spare. You've got your flight or your charging hub as it is labeled, your micro USB cable, and then your propeller removal tool, and then you only get 1 of those, and then quick start guide, which I will go over here in just a minute. And then here on the bottom you've got your proof of purchase. Nothing too interesting there, but I will hold that up just in case you guys want to look at that. But anyway, now let's go ahead and open it up. So usually there would be a piece of tape here, but this was a birthday present, so of course I had to already look at it. So usually you just take something sharp like this and just slit down the side, and then you could open this up, and then here's everything included right here. So this is how it comes. Everything's just sort of seated in here, all nice. So first thing to notice, you've got the Tello right here with all of its blades installed, and then you've got 3 of these batteries here. So there's 2, and then here is 3. And then here is your charging hub with all of its little ports there. And then here is your micro USB cable that is included. And with the normal models, or not the normal models, but if you don't get the combo, you do not get this. Here's the manual, which I'll go over in just a second. Spare propellers, and your propeller removal tool is in here as well. And then this is just sort of your thing to keep it all dry. So if this thing does get moist at all, that would keep the moisture from, you know, puddling, if I know anything about that. But anyway, now let's go ahead and take a brief look at everything. So we all know what this is. It's a micro USB cable, nothing too special. And then here we are with the 4 spare propellers. Now I have actually already broken 2, so I don't have all of them on hand. And then if I can actually find it, yeah, here it is. So here's one of the propellers that I broke just recently, but I do still have 2 of the 4 that are spares. And if don't worry, if you break all of them, they are very easy to find on Amazon and even eBay. And then yeah, here are your other 2. And the one thing that you do have to pay attention to is if you break a blade, you do have to look at which direction the blades are faced. Otherwise your drone will just kind of one side will be going down towards your surface, and then one side will be lifted up, and then that just leads to your drone getting flipped over. And then here is your propeller removal tool, which I'm not exactly sure what that little thing on the edge is for, like maybe to connect it to a keychain. And then here is the, if I don't drop the propeller, here is the charging hub right here. So on the bottom it does have some very, very faint handwriting, well not handwriting, but it does have some very faint print on there. By the way, you've got 3 ports here, and then it is very nice that you can see the, what is that? You can see the 4 prongs here where your batteries would plug in, which correspond with the battery. And if you thought I was telling a lie when I said I couldn't find the milliamp hour ratage on the back, go ahead and read through this, and I dare you to try to find the rating on the back if I didn't hold it upside down. So there's the back of the battery, one of them, and then all the other ones are identical. So, and then you just plug this in, just sort of like that, and like that. And then another tip that it does talk about in the guide, which I'll talk about in just a second, is that when you are flying a drone and you have a battery in, right after you take the battery out, do not start charging it, because you can damage your batteries if you plug them in when they are still hot. So let them cool down for 5 to 10 minutes before you plug them in, and then that will ensure that the life of your batteries lasts quite a bit longer. So don't go ahead and briefly go over the guide. This is basically just... Excuse me, sorry, my sinus is all messed up right now. But anyway, here is the owner's manual, or the sort of guide, if you know what I mean. So here it says the RYZE Tello, and then it has a bit of information here on the front, as well as a little picture of the Tello. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys, because I find this very interesting. There in the middle of the screen, you can see that it says there are 1100 milliamp hours, and then the rest of the owner's manual is basically just to get you flying. If you have any questions, you can most likely find it in there. And right, so I've already charged a couple of these batteries, and I'll go ahead and show you how to set it up. So all you need to do is take a look at the back of the Tello, take one of the batteries, and you just slip it in, and then there is a little notch, and then it clips in right there. And if you don't get the boost combo pack, you have this micro USB port on the side, and then you only get one battery. And how you would charge the battery without this combo pack with the charging hub, you would just simply plug this into the back, and then you would plug that in right there to charge your battery. So once you have your drone all set up with the battery plugged in, all you've got to do is look to the side. This is going to be my left side when it's facing me, and then you press this button, and then you will get a flashing light there, and then you go into your Tello app, which you can download from the App Store. That is spelled Tello, and then it will be a sort of dark gray image with it saying Tello. So let's go ahead and go set that up, and I'll do some screen capturing to show you how you do that. Right, so here we are in the phone, and the first thing that we're going to do is go click on the Tello app. This is the logo that you should have. And if you haven't set up your Tello yet, sadly I can't do that for you here, because this was a birthday present, so I've already had to set it up. But if you do need to do that, there are helpful videos, so you can go watch that now if you want to. And if you're still here, let's go ahead and start by hitting Connect Tello. And then you will have this screen. After you connect to the Tello, you will need to, if you are on Apple, you will double click your home button and go back to, well, if you don't have a home button, if you have like the iPhone 10, you will swipe up twice. I don't exactly know how the iPhone 10 and all that works, so whatever you do to go to your home screen, you do that twice. And then you will go back to this and wait for just a second, and then you will get this screen. And then to take off, you have multiple choices on how to take off. You can either hit this and then just swipe here. I don't want to do that right now because it does dart up in the sky quite a bit. But what else you can do is just pull down on both, and then here you can see the propeller started, as you can hopefully hear. And then here is, if you click on this little drone diagram, you have all of your different flight modes. So I'll go ahead and go through this. This is up and away, and then you can read the descriptions to see what they do. You have throw and go, circle, and then you have bounce mode, and then you have 360, and then 8D flips, which hopefully you read the descriptions. I'll go through that one more time, because the descriptions are what tell you everything, and I don't want to waste time. But anyway, now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and take off for you guys, and then I'll show you guys how to take photos and things like that. Right, so we are in the sky now. I'm going to fly this a little bit away from me because it is noisy. But anyway, now that we are in the sky, to take a photo, you just click here, up there on the top right, and then it will save to your mobile device. And then you can then go to those photos by hitting this little play button, and then you will have all of your stuff here. You can see that I've already been doing a couple things with my dad, and yeah, so also took a selfie. But you can click on any image, and then you can save it by clicking the little arrow with the sort of upside down bracket below it, and then you can hit save. And then you can also tap on videos, and then you can save anything that you want from there as well. And yes, to swap to video, you tap here in the top right next to the left of the photo button, and then you are then in record mode, and then you can go back to photo. And then up in the center of the screen at the top, you have all of your information, and then you can see that I have it in imperial mode so that it says in feet. But if you want to, you can actually go into settings, and then where is it? It's in here somewhere. You can actually turn it into metric, and then you will have your meters and everything there. Now that I've gone over everything, we can then fly it around a little bit. So when you use this joystick to our left and swipe left and right, that is what turns your drone left and right. And then when you go up and down with the left stick, or the left virtual stick, you dip up and down, as you can see there. Sorry about the mess on my dresser, I've been a bit lazy lately. And then the joystick on our right is what turns us, or what makes us go right and left. And then we can also go forward and backward without bumping into things. Well, there you go, that's what happens when you crash into things. But anyway, with that being said, the other thing that you can do is, now that it is crashed, we can actually land. But what you usually do is click there up in the top left, and then you would hit land, and it will land wherever it is. It just goes straight down, and if it knocks into something, I found that it usually just sort of flies itself off somewhere and lands. But anyway, now let's go ahead and go back to the monopod or the tripod, and we'll go ahead and finish off the video. Right, and with all that being said, and with all that being demonstrated, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Now, I know I'm not an expert on drones or anything, nor am I an expert on almost anything else besides, model trains and trains in general. I know a lot about them, but other than that, I am not much of an expert in anything. So if I didn't cover anything that is necessary when coming to consideration with a drone review, if I did miss any of that information, please do tell me in the comments, because I do plan to do more drone related things in the future, as this is sort of just my starter drone like many, and I hope to upgrade next to the DJI Spark, which is what my dad currently has, and which is it's also what all the other drone footage has been shot from in the past. So of course this camera isn't going to be shooting in 4K or 1080 anytime soon, nor will it be shooting in that resolution ever. But anyway, at least it is shooting in 720, which is honestly, it's not bad. It's actually still rated one of the best resolutions when it comes to things, as most people are watching on their mobile devices and things along those lines. And you can usually get your resolution sort of upgraded when you're actually editing, so that it's kind of maximized a little bit. So as I said, I know that I probably didn't cover a lot of necessary things in here that I've just completely forgot about. And please do feel free to ask questions in the comments, and I will try my very best to answer all of those questions in detail if you have any questions for the drone. Now, with all that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, keep on flying.